So our family on here, a lot of us know on our channel, there are two worlds. You can only live in one at a time. There's your world. Right now, when you look around, what you're looking at right now in this video, this is your world. Hence, you create your own world. And there's society's world as the collective. And we said a couple weeks ago, but as we go into these dark days, 10 dark days, I'll tell you right now what a lot of these people that are going to be referring to these 10 dark days, they're talking about the inauguration. They're talking about on January 20th, when so-called President-elect Joe Biden is supposed to take office and Donald Trump is supposed to pass the torch over. So when people are talking about 10 dark days, they're talking about how come January 20th, come Inauguration Day, the dark days are being connected to how that is not going to go smoothly. President Trump is not going to give presidency to corruption. And without giving you my opinions about this whole topic, because my opinion doesn't matter, but let's go back to two worlds. As these days start to get dark, remember, are you living in your world? And is your world getting dark? Or are these dark days referring to society? Because I know there's some of us on here that when we look at a title or when we receive information, we can get a little thrown off guard, especially when we're not grounded into who we really believe we are, who we truly are. Because like I said, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to these two worlds, I'll speak for myself. My world's golden. I'm living in the golden era. And it's not a coincidence. I've been saying this to myself. It's not a coincidence. It's not like this just happened. We know what we're doing. Those of you that were on the video yesterday, we talked about mindfulness. We talked about every second of the day, we have self-talk. Not only when you're doing good, but when you mess up. What is your self-talk? Are you being devil's advocate? Or are you being your best friend? Are you being your best cheerleader? Your best fan, your biggest fan? Because when it comes to these two worlds, you can even fast forward 5-10 years from now. Everything that's going on now might replay. And if it isn't going to replay, then in 20 years it will. None of this is new. And I just want to make sure that all of our family on here and all of our new family on here is equipped with the right mindset. The mindset you already have, you already own. The mindset that you came onto this planet with until you were distracted and taught another way. You don't need to prepare because you've been preparing. Everything, whether you consider it right or wrong, has prepared you for now. There's no magic switch. There's no mantra, special mantra that's going to help you. The only thing that's going to help you is your decision. Is your decision to accept who you truly are. Is your decision to accept that you are God, non-physical energy, in a physical 3D dimensional body. And it's not just going to be one day. It's not just going to be one day where, oh, I accept myself. It's done for the rest of my life. This acceptance into who you really are is every single day. And I know for some of us, that might be intimidating. How can I do this every day? Well, let's stay in the now. Let's stay in the now. Let's not think about every day. It's good to know that, hey, on this journey, it takes awareness every moment. But as we continue this next moment, this next minute, this next hour, we continue to create what we live in. So be careful when you're on people's platforms and people's channels and looking at their propaganda. Be careful when you're looking at the news. I'm still at home. I'm still listening to people that are around me listen to the news. Although they know that the news is lying to them, they still listen to the news. And it's not because they like the news. It's not because they believe in what the news is telling them. It's not because they believe in what these people are telling them. It's more so because it's a trained habit. You can bring a horse to the water. Leave it in the comments below. But you definitely cannot make that son of a bitch drink. And that goes in reverse. You can tell everybody the secrets. You can tell everybody the truth. But until they find their own truth, none of it's going to matter to them. None of it is going to matter to them. None of it. So despite what is to come, we know this. And I know you guys that we're locked in. We're locked in right now. Okay? And we have the key. So despite what comes, because as we are mindful and as we remember, none of that matters to us. None of that pertains to us. See, the news does a really good job, and people that like to smear all this propaganda around on YouTube, they do a really good job at just being repetitive. And whether or not you believe something, if you hear something every day, no matter if it's promoting or demoting, you're going to see it into your reality, whether you believe it or not. If I think I'm going to have a good day every day, you know what's going to happen. Confucius quoted this. The man that thinks he will succeed probably will. But the man who thinks that they will fail
at the light,
will.
Turn right onto North Tracy Boulevard.
Thank you, Siri. I'm working. But listen, I'm flowing. Not working, I'm flowing. But listen. Guys, there's no secret. There's no question to how to have a good day, to how to have a good life. When you take your mindfulness, when you know you have self-talk every moment, that's a tool. That is, for lack of better words, that is a weapon for you to aim and shoot where you want to go. And the longer you aim at that thing, and the more you shoot at that target, the sooner you're going to hit it. So, in conclusion, we don't care if it's going to be 10 days of darkness. If you're this far, you definitely don't care. We don't care if it's going to be 20 days of darkness. Shit. Give us this whole year of darkness, because you know what? You know what? That's not my world. Those people don't represent me. Nah. That's not my life. That doesn't matter to me. Because right here, that's how I create this. That's how I create this paradise I'm living in. I woke up this morning with so much appreciation. I had to turn down my music because I was feeling so good. I said, hold on, let me do 5-10 minutes and just start going on a rampage of appreciation, just appreciating everything. I'm in my own van. I'm in my own business. I'm in my own vibe. I'm in my own thoughts. You know, Libra people have a tendency, which is me, Libra sun, we have a tendency to not give each other credit, not give ourselves credit. We have a tendency to not, and people do this. This is nature. We have a tendency to not really appreciate and not look at ourselves like, man, you're the shit. So today I had to flip that. And this is why it's so important to know your astrology. I had to flip that. I said, you know what, Mike? Look back at what you've been doing. Look back at what you've been doing. And I really want to encourage you to do the same thing, because there's a lot of things that you are not seeing. But if you look back and you take a second just to look at your past, you'd be blown away by how far you've came and what you have set up for yourself for you to continue to keep going. So no, 10 days, 20 days, 100 days, all year, bring on the darkness. Bring on the darkness, because I'll tell you what.
Proceed to the root.
We are still going to proceed to that route despite the darkness.
Proceed to the root.
Let me tell you what. We are pure light. We are light beings. Look at the eyes. We are light beings. So no matter how much darkness is out there. What's that saying? As corny as this sounds, this little light of mine, this little light of ours, we're going to let it shine. I love you all. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Believe in yourself, because I do. Forever out.